How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I just came back from vacation, and within the first few hours, I really wanted to make this video for you guys because I think that this is something that's really interesting that I wanted to cover. It's on Workhorse and some news that came out just over the last few days when I was on vacation, and I apologize for not being able to get to it earlier, but I really wanted to. A couple housekeeping things before we get into updates on the USPS contract, on recent interview that the CEO of Workhorse did, kind of giving us an idea for the cash position they're in and how many trucks they'll be making and shipping out, and just some other information too. And before we talk about the pre-earnings too, because they're coming out with their earnings on Monday, I wanted to say, first of all, if you haven't already seen the video right here, I talked about a subscriber giveaway that I'm going to be doing. If you want to join that, all you have to do is subscribe. We're trying to get up to 5,000 people by my birthday in a few weeks. And then also just comment on this video or any other videos. We're going to pick a random video and a random comment, and you might be able to win some free money on that. So definitely do that. It's really easy. I wanted to give back somehow, and this was the easiest way possible, I thought, to get it to happen. Also, if you want to buy some Workhorse, this is a stock that I've actually bought recently, or if you want to buy any other stock or just support the channel, sign up with WeBull or M1 Finance in the links below. Both help me out immensely. WeBull, you can get 2 free stocks, one worth up to $1,400, and M1 Finance is just a really good long-term investing app. So getting right into it here, Workhorse, their CEO had a interview with CNBC recently where he went over some questions that they had for him. First of all, they asked how many trucks they were building and what kind of production numbers we can expect. And he said right up front that they are making 300 by the end of the year and shipping those out. So that's a pretty good sign. 300 is actually a decent amount. They talk about whether he can give any information on the USPS contract, right? So the USPS contract that's worth up to $6 billion is in full swing right now. There are 3 companies that are left in the race, and we'll talk about what happened with one of them recently. But he went on to say that he can't really discuss that right now. They asked how long a timeline he's expecting, and he said that at first they told them that it would be 90 days from when they got in their contract. So I believe that was about a month ago that they got in their final proposals. So they had 90 days from the final proposals to make a decision, and that's been about maybe 30 days ago. So hopefully in the next few months we'll hear more, but like he said, it could be earlier, it could be later. And then they also asked him, they had $16 million saved up recently. What kind of cash position are they in now? Because they've been running through a lot of cash trying to develop and research and be able to scale and all different kinds of things that come with scaling a company. And he said that, first of all, they're in the best cash position they've ever been in, and they're probably going to be by around $100 million. So that's something to look out for in their earnings and just looking at their balance sheet to make sure that they can continue to grow, because they will need a lot of cash to continue growing at the pace that they're growing. And to be able to fulfill that USPS contract, they're going to have to do that. There are 4 companies in the race for this USPS contract. One of them canceled their bid. So Mahindra canceled their bid for the $6.3 billion deal to supply trucks to the USPS. Now, there are 3 left, and Workhorse is one of them, right? Workhorse is the only fully electric vehicle or a fully electric option that is in this race. Now, one of the major competitors for Workhorse is Ford, because they're teamed up with a smaller company. However, the Ford CEO, Jim Hackett, came out that he was actually going to step down. So he's going to be replaced by the COO, which usually wouldn't be that big a deal, but when they're trying to get this massive contract, for there to be a massive change in leadership like that, that's kind of risky, I think, for them to be doing that. Personally, I think that that's good for Workhorse, that Ford's going to kind of have to shift around their management. I think that that's a good thing for Workhorse going forward. I think that that gives more confidence in Workhorse, that they have been around for a long time. They have a fully electric vehicle, and that they are really the solution to go to if they want these long-lasting trucks into the future. Now, we do have their earnings coming out on Monday, which I'll probably do a video for that too. So like this video if you want to see that below. I really appreciate that. What they are expecting is about negative 12 cents return. Now, this is for the earnings per share, so negative 12 cents a share they're expecting. Last quarter, they actually beat it significantly, so they were expecting about a 16-cent loss, and they reported a 6-cent profit. Now, I don't think that this will really shift the stock too much. I think that if they can be profitable again, that's great. And if they're not profitable, I don't think it really will matter. Most of this is based on their future ability to get this USPS contract, and that is something that I think most people are interested in. I mean, it's still a very small company compared to the kind of contract that they're talking about. We'll take a look at their market cap here, but compared to a $6 billion contract, they are only a $1.2 billion company. So even if they get the contract and it takes them 10 years to fill out all those orders, that's going to be $600,000 in revenue a year, which is going to drastically push up this market cap. Since they're already on the cutting edge of this technology, it will push their stock even further up. And I know that we've seen a lot of increase in this company in general, and then in all of the other EV companies. I mean, we've seen it increase about 400, 500%. But if we get that contract, I think Workhorse could jump up a significant amount, maybe to $100 a share or more. I personally own $100 worth of Workhorse. I actually want to buy more. I'm saving for a home too, and I'm also doing a video series where I invest in dividend stocks every week, less risky stocks than this, and more just stable dividend payers. So I've been cautious about putting a lot of money in Workhorse just because I'm kind of putting my money in multiple places at this point. But I would like to buy more of Workhorse. I think that if they get that USPS contract, like I said, it's going to increase the value dramatically. If they don't get the USPS contract, I think that it'll be pretty tough for them to do well over the next few months. I mean, if it comes out that they drop out of the race or that they didn't earn the contract, I think the stock could easily go back down to $2 or $3 a share. Now, at that point, they do still have the technology, but they lost out on billions of dollars of revenue, which would be very tough for the stock. I do think it was good, too, for the CEO to come on Mad Money or CNBC. I think that really helps investors feel secure in their decisions and just talk about that cash position. I think that's the major thing, that they do have money to be able to move forward in this contract and move forward into scaling up. If they get this contract, it's going to be very expensive for them to make a lot of vehicles. They clarified that if they get this contract, it will be 300 vehicles by the end of the year, plus everything for USPS. So that's going to be a significant amount of vehicles that they will have to make. I think that is just a really good sign that they're building up that cash position. I would not be surprised if they had to, after they earn this contract, or if they earn this contract, if they had to sell some more shares. The share price is going to go up dramatically, right? So as soon as we hear about the contract, it's going to go up dramatically. And then I wouldn't be surprised if they had to dilute the shares, sell some shares to be able to raise capital to be able to fulfill this contract. I think that that's really the best thing to do for them. So that is my thinking on this. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you buying Workhorse? Are you selling Workhorse? Are you waiting? Do you think that they're going to get the contract? Again, I really think that they will get this contract. There are only 3 runners left in the race. They are the cheapest option over the long term. They're the fully electric vehicle option. Thank you so much. Thank you for hitting the like button and using those links below if you do want to get some free stock or if you want to start with M1 Finance. Like I said, it means the world to me when you guys do that. It really makes a difference. And let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.